Still talking about how division and multiplication are related, and we've worked on fact families. We're just going to continue to do all those things, and in this lesson we're going to see how multiplication can help you with your division facts. So let's look at this problem that has Kenny in it. Kenny has
24
marbles. He puts the same number of marbles into each of 3 bags. How many marbles are in each bag? So what would you do? Show me how you would solve this problem. However it works best for you to solve it. Show me what you would do. The problem is telling us that there's 3 equal groups, right? A total of how many marbles?
24.
Okay, so there's 24 marbles, and there's those 3 bags, which means that's our 3 groups. Some people just automatically did this and then wrote that answer. Some people know that that was going to be the answer. Now, I didn't put the answers in, did I? So how many marbles did you put in each bag? Those of you that drew the equal groups. How many marbles went into each one of those bags? Amy?
8.
So 8. What's 8 plus 8 more?
16.
What's 16 plus 8 more?
24.
Oh, all right. Did we do what this said up here?
Mm-hmm.
So how many marbles are in each bag?
8.
8. So I think it might have been Natalia. You said that 3 times 8 equals 24. All right. So is there more than one way to be able to figure this out?
Mm.
Yes. That's the awesome thing about math. So we started out with the larger number, right? 24 marbles. And we split those 24 marbles into 3 different groups. So were we multiplying or were we dividing in that problem from the page before?
Dividing.
We were dividing because when we start out with the bigger number and break it into smaller numbers, that means we're dividing. So let's look at 1 here. It says, look back. How many marbles are in each bag? What did we determine?
8.
Let's write that down. There are 8. How can we prove that we are right, that there are 8 marbles in each bag? How could we say that? Like, if we had to write that down in words, what could we say? Connor?
That, 3 times 8 equals 24. So, if there's 3 bags, then you would put 8 in it because 8 times 3 equals 24.
Okay, so what he was saying is there are 3 bags with how many marbles? 8 marbles in each bag. Did we just explain it?
Mm-hmm.
Does that give us our 24 that we started out with on the page before? Let's write that down. So we know that there's 8 marbles in each bag. Now we're going to just jot down what Connor had said. 3 bags then what did he say? With 8 what?
In each group.
With 8 in each bag. That gives us how many? If there are 3 bags with 8 in each bag, it's a total of what?
24.
Am I writing big enough for you guys to see back there?
Oh, it is in. I thought you put in on.
All right, does everybody have this explanation? Let's look at 2. Fact families. Fact families for multiplication and division are groups of related equations. All the equations or facts use the same numbers. We don't change up those numbers, do we? If you know one fact in a family, you can find all the others. So let's say you need to solve this number divided by 9 equals 6. You can write the facts in this fact family to find one that you might know. So we can work backwards. 6 times 9 equals that number, right? Look down here, is that what they did?
Yeah.
6 times 9 equals, who knows what it equals? Shout it out if you know.
54.
Well then, what does 9 times 6 equal?
54.
Let's look down at the division. What divided by 6 equals 9?
54.
What divided by 9 equals 6?
54.
You feel pretty comfortable with fact families? All right. Speaking of fact families, says look back at the problem on the previous page. That was the one with 24 marbles, 3 groups. How many did we say were in each of those bags, those groups? 8. Do we have numbers to create a fact family? Using what numbers?
24, 3, and 8.
Use those numbers to make 2 multiplication equations and 2 division equations. Go ahead and go. Mm-hmm. Show me how many equations you have written down. You only have one, you have two, you have three, or you have all four. Raylan? Use those to create fact families. This is a fact family, remember? All right. Let's talk multiplication equations. Would I write 24 first?
No.
No. I'm starting with my smaller numbers first, leading up to the big total amount. So, could I write 3 first?
Yeah.
Okay. 3 times what?
8
Equals what?
24.
Do you have that equation as one of yours?
Yes.
So now can I change the order of my factors?
Yes.
Now I would write 8 times 3 equals 24. Does it matter if you did your division ones first? No. Now let's jump over to the division. What do we start with?
24.
Right, we have to start with our larger number. So 24 divided by 8 equals 3. What would our next equation be? 24 divided by 3 equals 8. There's our fact family. So, look at the reflect. How are the multiplication facts in the fact family above alike? How are these alike? Alike means what?
The same.
The same. How are they the same? Write down how they're the same. All right. How are they the same? What did you write down? What makes them alike? Reese?
They both equal the same number.
Okay, they have the same product. What's another way they're alike? Because there's more than just that, right? How else are they alike? Lucas?
They're the same numbers, but they're switched in different places.
Do you agree with him? The factors are the same? All right. Now, how are these different? Write it down. You wrote how they're alike. Now tell how they're different. What did they do? The difference, the only difference is what?
That they're switched.
They changed the order of what?
The fact.
Of the factors. All right, do you have that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, the next thing that we're gonna do is now take a look at the division facts. How are they alike? What's alike about them? Do they have the same numbers?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Could we write that down?
Yeah.
All three numbers are the same? Okay, let's jot that down.
Miss Sophie. I'm gonna write the way that, but could you write they're both division one?
Well, no, because that's what we're describing. Yeah. How are they different? We just talked about how they're alike. How are they different? What's different about them? What did they do? Did they do some switching?
Yeah.
Yeah. The two numbers on either side of the equal sign, what did they do?
They switched.
They switched them. Okay, so write down how they're different. Okay, once you have that, let's take a look at the page next door.
Miss Sophie.
Yes.
Could you wrote they equal different quotient?
Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's just talk about this. Fact families. What are they? Talk to each other. Talk to each other. Talk to each other and talk to each other. What are fact families?
They have all the same numbers except they're switched in different orders, except some of them are turned into division and others are turned into
Other one would be, well, 2 times 1. But all like same number 2 divided by. But different. 2 with 2 sticks. But then we also do 2 divided by 2 different smart like 2 in multiplication and 2 in division. And also, they all
friends. So, a fact family is simply a group. Can everybody see that blue? A group of related, in this case, we're talking about what and what? Division and multiplication. A group of related, I'm just going to do the signs for them, okay? Division and multiplication, what? Equations or facts? Should we write down facts since it's a shorter word? So a group of related division and multiplication facts. I should have moved the paper up more. Everybody have this because I'm going to get rid of it to slide the paper up. Okay, I'm going to start an example for you. Do you think you'll be able to finish it though? I don't know. I'm not sure that you're up for this challenge.
We always pass through.
I don't know. I think that I'll trick you on this one. Can you finish it? Can you figure it out? Or have I totally tricked you? Oh, you don't have to multiply that yet. Is it important to use the right symbol? Like multiplying or dividing or adding or subtracting? Who knows what 24 divided by 4 is? If you know your multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. So 24 divided by 4 is?
6.
Can you finish that fact family? Some of you might have already finished it. Got it? Good. What's the other division equation, everybody?
24 divided by 6 equals 4.
What's one of the multiplication equations, Raylyn?
6 times 4 equals 24.
And what is the second one, Reese?
4 times 6 equals 24.
Agree?
Yep.
All right. I'm going to stump you on this one. Yes, I am. Complete it, and then complete the fact family. I'm going to trick you. I'm going to trick you. Because I'm Tricky McTrickster Loafink.
Do we do the...
Oh, finish the fact family. Don't want to give anybody any clues. The whole fact family. Everybody, what's 5 times 5?
25.
So I need to flip-flop those then, right?
Nope.
Why?
Because
That's what I did on all the others.
you would just be writing the same thing you already wrote.
Are they the same factors?
Yep.
So do I need to worry about flip-flopping them?
No.
So how many multiplication equations will I have in this fact family?
2.
Multiplication?
No.
How many multiplication equations will I have?
1.
Yeah, just this one. Because if I flip-flop them, it's going to be identical.
Identical twins.
Exactly. And we don't need identical twins like this.
We already have one.
It looks just the same. So if you write it twice, it's okay. But you don't have to when the factors are the same. So what is our division equation, everyone?
25 divided by 5 equals 5.
What's my other division equation?
25 divided by 5 equals 5.
Oh, identical twin, isn't it? Do I have to write it?
No.
If I need to help myself out, can I?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Are we gonna do what we know?
I want you to create your own fact family. Not this one, not this one, not this one. Your own. Not this one. Create your own. If you know your 2's facts, do that then. If you know your 5's, or your 10's, or your 11's. Good job. Class. Now, look down at 2. How can you use fact families to help find 40 divided by 8? Work backwards. What times 8 equals 40? Could we use that multiplication fact to help us figure out what 40 divided by 8 equals? So we would say this times 8 equals 40. Or I could say 8 times this equals 40. It ends with a 0. My answer ends with a 0, so I know it's either going to be a 10 or 5. Because all of my 5's, my multiples of 5's, end with a 5 or a 0. So, is 10 times 8 40?
No.
Is 2 times 8 40? Because some of my 2's end with a 0. Some of my 4's end with a 0. Is 4 times 8 40?
No.
Some of my 5's end with a 0. Is 5 times 8 40?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm not going to make you write that down, but you can use multiplication to help you figure out a division problem. You just work backwards. What times 8 equaled 40? 5 times 8 equals 40. Okay. Look at page 254. It gives us a problem in part 3, and we have to find the answer to that problem for part 3. But then for 4, it says, check your answer, show your work. When we check our answer, we either need to check it by using multiplication or we need to check it by using division. We're doing the opposite of what we did. So look at this problem. Jada has 28 muffins. She puts the same number of muffins into each of 4 boxes. So is she starting with a bigger number and splitting it apart? Or is she starting with 2 smaller numbers and ending with a big number? How many muffins are in each box? Do you think we need to multiply here or divide here? She started out with 28. She has 28. She puts the same number of muffins in 4 boxes. So is she putting it all together or is she breaking it apart? What's she doing in this problem, Raylan? If she starts with 28, act like you have 28 muffins. And she starts putting those muffins into 4 boxes. What is she doing? Is she breaking that apart? Or is she putting that 28 and 4 together? What did we just do with our hands? What did we show?
Taking away.
She's breaking that apart, right? So are we multiplying or dividing here?
Dividing.
What are we doing?
Dividing.
Okay, so show me how you would solve this problem if we are doing what? Dividing. Is it okay if you still need to see pictures of it, if you need to draw pictures? Of course. You do what's going to help you solve this problem. Oh, but how many? You just got ahead of yourself. Make sure you write the answer. You need to take this home with you, okay? I'm going to sit on my desk for now. Hands on your hips once you have it solved. You wrote the answer. Write the answer. Okay, so you created a division equation. Whether you wrote it as an actual fact or if you drew a picture, you were able to figure out how many muffins Jada put in each box. Now, using this information and our solution, because how many muffins did she put in each box?
7.
We agree? 7? So you said that she started with 28. She has 4 boxes and 7 muffins went in each box. Let's double check that by using multiplication. So we're saying 4 times, what did we say? 7. Does that equal 28?
Yes.
For sure. 4, 8, 12, 16, 24, or sorry, 20, 24, 28. 4 times 7 is 28. We're going to stop there for today. So go ahead and put your sticky note on page 255. Okay. Remember tomorrow, Mrs. Homan's going to be in here watching us during our math time. So I have some different things planned to review division and multiplication.